Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks again for taking the time to click on this video. And what we have here today is going to be a 3-minute, and I'll be the first to tell you, we probably will run over a little bit 3 minutes, but a 3-minute close-up on the Kel-Tec PMR-30. I just picked this up here a day before yesterday. Bought it with some of my Christmas money that I had, so I just wanted to take a moment to show it to y'all. Now, this video is being shot in 2020, so these have been out for about 10 years now, I believe. And this is the quick shot of the box. Interesting on this box, they don't put a handle on it. They have these little textured rib things right here. This is what we got. And these are the goodies we have inside of it. Interesting little trigger lock setup that Kel-Tec uses. This is the chamber flag that was inside the chamber when I first got it. It has high-vis sights on the front, which you'll see in a second, but it gives you a couple of extra options for high-vis sights. And then underneath the course, we have and of course you have your manual. A nice manual, color, well written. Comes with 2 mags, but let's take a closer look at this thing. All right, y'all, this is just like Minnie Pearl's hat. I'm going to leave this tag on it for a while, or just like a new car, leaving the tag in the window of a new car. But yeah, this is what we have. And let's just do a quick scan. Quick close-up of it. As you can tell, I have not fired this yet. Heck, it'll probably be a couple of months before I get a chance to take it to the range or take it up to my dad's property up in Arkansas. Double extractors. It's kind of cool. Obviously, this one is a newer one since it doesn't have the flutes on the barrel. And we saw the production date. This one was made in 2020 sometime. Heel release mag. Has these 4 screws up here. It looks like it's just begging to have a little RMR or red dot or something like that mounted on it. But a video I saw said that, yeah, you can do that, but it has to be less than 2 ounces, because obviously this is the part that slides, reciprocates. Has ambi safety on it, but it is a very well indexed, nice clicking safety. And oddly enough, this thing has a really good trigger, which you've seen that in several videos, I'm sure, but really nice trigger break. I mean, that thing is sweet. The magazines are actually polymer. And they're not metal lined or anything like that. It's some type of polymer. Probably, I'm going to guess it's Zytel, which is a nylon polymer blend. And like I said, you get 2 of them. And they load pretty uniquely. I don't happen to have a round here with me, but you lay the round with the rim somewhere in this area where it's wider, push it down in there, and then slide it back. Then you put the next one in, push it down, slide it back. That's how you have to load these. You know, most semi-automatics, even 22s, you just take it and push the round in, push it back. But this one, you have to make sure that rim is in that wide area as that gives it the clearance to go down in here. If you try to push it with the rim on this side, it won't work. I guess a guy could try to push it in the very front, but the manual clearly says to push it down with the rim somewhere in this gap and slide it back. Now, if you're watching this video, you've probably heard that these things can be a little bit problematic. Of course, I haven't fired this one yet. I don't know for sure, but I do know that the first generation of these were problematic, and Kel-Tec, on the newer designs, they supposedly went in and fixed a lot of the problems. Now, I see reviews online where guys say, hey, my run's perfect, never had any issues with it, and then of course you hear all the horror stories too. So what I'm going to do is I will post a follow-up video to this at some point. It might be 6 months from now, but I will take this out and I'll try to get it in video the first time I shoot this. With that said, this gun has a cool factor enough. Normally, if a gun doesn't run good for me, I won't have anything to do with it. You know, unless it's something very, very minor. But this particular firearm has enough of a cool factor where I will do what it takes to get this thing running, because I've wanted one of these for a long time. In case you don't know, this is the 22 Magnum pistol. 22 WMR, Winchester Magnum rimfire is what WMR stands for. And it holds 30 rounds in this clip. And I'm one of the people that believe 22 Magnum is nothing to snub your nose at. So 30 rounds on tap of 22 Magnum, wow. And they actually have basically a PCC version of this, pistol caliber carbine, called the CMR-30, that uses the same mags as this. And actually, I think the actual whole lower right here, the grip area and everything, is the same size. But yeah, I just wanted to take a second to show this to you. Now, real quick, one thing, if it doesn't run good, I'm going to do two things to it. One of them is MCOR, someone like that makes a better magazine release because of this. See this? You got a little bit of play in there. And what they say is that one of the reasons that these don't have an issue is because that, you can see it right there. See how that magazine doesn't click up quite as high? They say supposedly that once you get that improved magazine release in, it holds it higher all the time, and that helps your feeding. And another thing is, you can't really see it here, these have a plastic feed ramp. So the problem with the plastic feed ramp is that over time, I'm sure it probably takes a lot of rounds, it will start to get worn. So the same company that makes the improved magazine latch here, they also make a stainless steel feed ramp that you can put in. Now, to put in that stainless feed ramp, you do have to take the entire gun apart. So all these screws, you have to take them apart, and these two halves of making up the firearm will come apart, and then you install the feed ramp. Now, if you're not really mechanically inclined, yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it, but I've watched the video. They have a very, very good instructional video on it, and yeah, I'm pretty mechanically inclined, so it's something I'm not afraid of taking on. But hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully this thing will run pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to be putting 5,000, 10,000 rounds through this in a year or something like that. This is going to be a firearm that's just a fun one to shoot. You know, I'm sure I'll put a fair share amount of rounds through it, but nothing crazy like that. So that's what we have, folks. Please, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And as always, please take the time on your end to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. We've really grown our subscriber base this year. I can't remember, but around the beginning of the year, this is December of 2020, in January of 2020, I think we had around, I don't know, maybe 50-something, 70-something subscribers. And now we're up to, I think we're close to the 500 mark, 470 maybe, something like that. And I mean, I know channels can grow a lot quicker than that, and a lot of them have, but this is something I'm just doing to have fun, guys. So, and I hope you guys have a great holiday season. I'll try to get another video out, I'm sure, before the holidays, but please be safe, spend time with your family. Y'all have a great day.